Hello everyone! Kumusta? My name is Che and welcome to my channel, Mabuhay from Philippines. This one is finally in bloom after more than 6 years, and actually the leaves were enclosed and I sliced the leaves to open this up, and I was surprised that after a few days there's a flower inside. I thought that it was just some flower that was stuck inside the leaves. I pulled it out and I was very surprised that it's her flower. Finally, it only has one flower, but I am very happy because after more than 6 years, it finally bloomed. But this is not our subject. I just showed this to you because I am so happy. This is not a happy scene. I told you in my garden tour video that we will have a small renovation for the garden. So we transferred all of the orchids inside, and then after the project was done, we transferred them back even though we haven't installed all of the shading net yet. And then this happened, I thought that it will still be shaded because of the angle of the sun. And so with my other orchids, which I will show you later, on what will I do with the sunburnt leaves. I don't want this to happen, and I am thankful that there are still healthy leaves left. And actually someone here is observing me. She was sleeping and maybe I disturbed her. So I will be very careful not to make her jump on me. This is the huge Cattleya that I showed you in my other video where I removed the scale insects and repotted them. And until now, it still hasn't bloomed, and maybe because of this, it will cause more delay for the blooming. But let's see and still hope for the best. So what will I do with the sunburnt leaves? I will just remove them. I will just take them off if I can, like this. And if I cannot remove them with my hands, I will just cut them off with a sterilized scissor. And excuse my nails because my daughter is playing with a pink nail polish. And for a leaf like this, it still has a green part, so I will just cut the damaged part. And also this one. And I also cut on the healthy part of the leaf. I don't leave any damaged part like this, just below the yellowing of the leaf. For leaves that are all yellow or all brown, I will take off the entire or whole leaf. Like this one, I just pulled it off. This one too. And more here. This, I'll just cut it with a scissor. This one too. And the last one here. I'm trying to pull it, and there, I took it off. For the other leaves that have some little burns, I will also cut them off with this. I think this is enough. I can still see some spots on the other leaves, but I'll just leave them, and After this, if you do this, you can apply cinnamon powder on the cut of the leaves, but for me, I will just leave them like this and I will just avoid wetting the leaves for now. Here are all of the leaves, the sunburnt leaves, and I'm not counting this, but I know that this is a lot, many damaged leaves. And here's the Cattleya. This deserves another repot, and I think I should divide this time. Look at her. I really need to divide her, and I don't want to do that because dividing this will or might cause another delay for flowering. But because of this, I really need to divide her, and I will also remove the sheets so that there will be no insects that will reside here, and of course to make her look neat. I am removing the sheets with my hands, and it is easy to remove because I watered this morning and I totally wet the plant. I will divide this Cattleya when my pot arrives because I will repot this in a plastic pot, in plastic pots, and I will use still charcoal, but I will add some stones or gravel. After this, I will also remove the sunburnt leaves of my Dendrobium and Vanda. This is my Dendrobium with a sunburnt leaf, and I will just take this entire leaf, this whole leaf, because this is already a yellow leaf. And actually, this Dendrobium is blooming. This is my Vanda with sunburnt leaves. My Mokara in our DIY Vanda hanger. Next time, I will show you my newly renovated garden. And just like the Cattleya, I will just cut the leaves with a scissor, the sunburnt leaves. And I have already sterilized my scissor with isopropyl alcohol. So I will just cut this. I will cut the sunburnt part. I will stop here. The other leaf is yellowish and the other leaves have brown spots. But if I cut them off, one part of this Vanda will have no leaves, so I will leave them. And just like the Cattleya, you can apply cinnamon powder on the cut of the leaves, but for me, I will just leave it and avoid watering the leaves first. This is the Cattleya after a few days of cutting those sunburnt leaves. And luckily for me, although it had lots of leaves that were damaged or sunburnt, it was not a severe case or extreme case. So my orchid is still fine. She still looks healthy. And soon I will repot her. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for watching. Maraming salamat. Paalam. See you on my next videos.